Brunel University came into being in the late 60s in the wake of the Robbins Report, which was a major milestone in higher education planning, concerned to increase social mobility, to increase the number of students that went to university, but also to make higher education more relevant to the needs of the economy. Brunel particularly is concerned with innovation. Universities do two things. They do invention, which is turning money into ideas, but innovation, which is turning ideas into money. And I think we've seen it as a dynamic that enables the creation of new knowledge, both at the level of research but also in the classroom. We're outward facing because we have to be. We can no longer be dependent entirely on government funding, but we need to form these relationships with outside agencies so that they can bring their problems to us. But it should also be a two-way traffic, that we can take our methodologies to them.
Well, much of Brunel University's research is applied and industry focused, and we work with industrial partners across many sectors. We're constantly looking to broker long-term relationships with companies so that we work with them for a long time rather than short transactional contracts. And we've invested a lot of time and money in providing professional infrastructures to work with companies and broker those relationships. We've had a long-term relationship with TWI, and recently it was decided to establish the Brunel Innovation Centre at their laboratories in Cambridge. So scientists from both organisations work together, and the Innovation Centre is now seen as a sector model in this type of collaboration.
TWI is a research organisation. We have about 2,500 members, and they look for us to provide consultancy. Mainly in structure integrity, joining, welding, these type of technical areas. For TWI, it's very important to invest in innovation. We are now combining with Brunel University to bring in their students and their staff in helping us take that forward. What it brings to us is not only dedicated researchers, we get additional funding through the EPSRC and the European Commission. And that basically allows us to de-risk innovation.
We take our academic input into TWI so that they can actually do industrially biased research. And this was the reason that this particular engineering doctorate scheme was set up by Parnaby Report. And it actually helps in terms of creating capacity for the UK PLC. Now, in terms of the academic input, the colleagues who go there have different expertise, which is complementary to what they have at TWI. And therefore it creates a fertile environment for industrially biased research and innovation.
The engineering doctorate can get their head down, do a piece of research, take 4 years and go really in depth for their research. But the most important thing for TWI is like a 4-year interview. You get to know the student really well, they get to know the culture of TWI, and to us this is one of the best ways to recruit.
The engineering doctorate scheme seemed like a bit of a no-brainer. It allowed me to continue some research interests I developed during my undergraduate degree here at Brunel, while still working at a world-leading engineering consultancy. It allowed me to visit the industries such as BP, Chevron, major players in my industry, to see exactly what it was that they wanted solving. So I knew that my research was going to be applied in something useful. At the end of the day, I ended up in a good job and made the whole experience maybe a lot more attractive in the marketplace.
Brunel University has world-leading research in the field of liquid metals technology, led by our Professor Fan. Now, in January 2010, we were awarded a major EPSRC Centre for Innovative Manufacturing to develop this new technology in collaboration with industrial partners, Jaguar Land Rover and others, including Rolls-Royce.
LIME is a national centre for casting research, and the emphasis is very much on making the use of metals more affordable and more sustainable. So it's quite an easy message to sell to industrial companies and other universities, and particularly companies that want to be involved in energy efficient transport applications. For example, like Jaguar, who fully intend to use as much light metal and light materials in their cars as possible in order to make them more environmentally acceptable.
The LIME's vision, the long-term goal to achieve full metal circulation, because currently metal is very energy intensive and it could be very costly, and if you recycle metal, and to get all those metals circulated, not get metals through mining and all this expensive route. And in terms of specific research, to achieve long-term metal circulation, we need to understand the scientific issues, particularly liquid metal engineering, to achieve certification process which going to give the mechanical performance we need. And we work with specific companies to develop solutions to their problems.
Our R&D is absolutely central to what Lime is all about. The work that Fan is doing on nucleation-centered transformation of materials is completely world-leading. And from this approach, we can learn how to use scrap-based materials in a new way and turn them back into very high-performance products.
Innovation is absolutely crucial to this university. It's the centre of our strategic plan that will take us forward into the rest of this decade. We have probably the most advanced incentive scheme in this university for academic staff to engage in innovative activity. We are appointing 40 new senior members of staff to enhance our research profile and our outreach to the wider community. And finally, I think we just see it philosophically as absolutely inspirational that we get things done, we make a difference, and all of our work is ends orientated.